I know there was disappointment yesterday during Lizz's Ugly Bakery that happens at this time every Thursday, 7:10. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Who's shuffling things around like that?
That is TJ. He's opening up.
No, it's not TJ.
No,
that was me.
Is that Ian?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I was like, how is it picking that up?
Okay, so let me tell you what the disappointment it was yesterday.
Yeah.
The disappointment was not what Liz made.
No.
The disappointment was that we were not allowed to touch it. We're not allowed to eat it. We're not allowed to sample it because Liz made it for one purpose. And Liz made the bakery item for her daughter, Taylor, who had a birthday yesterday.
Yeah, she had a birthday. And so I wanted to make, she loves vanilla. So I made a vanilla cake, vanilla icing, but I made it into cake sickles. And so I dipped it all in chocolate. And I had to save them for her. She got first dibs.
Yeah, see, and Liz has the right to do that.
Yeah, I do.
Although we were disappointed because we like to sample and we like to try.
Well, of course. So I felt bad.
So what Liz did was actually, did you make more?
Well, no, I had made 16. And so I wanted Taylor to have all she wanted. And it's not like she sat down and ate 15 or anything like that. But she saved a few for herself, and I brought the rest in.
Okay, so now it's a do-over for Liz's Ugly Bakery. It might not look pretty, but it tastes great. We're just going to fast into the taste of this stuff.
Yeah, let's do this. And I know yesterday TJ said he thought it was pretty looking, which, you know, I don't get a compliment.
No.
Normally.
So we're going to see. So here, TJ let's start with Ian.
Yeah.
Ian did not like the way they looked yesterday.
Which is so weird.
Okay, so now how about the taste? Ian?
Well, for one, very loud packaging, clearly.
Well, it's in a bag. I mean,
And it did fall off of the stick as soon as I tried pulling it out. But
thanks for that.
really good taste. So
Hey, good.
Nice.
this one is definitely the epitome of may not look pretty, taste great. Not a fan of the glitter, but the taste of it is spot on.
Okay, and we need a little help with keeping the stick in the thing.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Well, I saw you pull that stick out like it.
We're talking about TJ now.
Yeah. Did it
No,
actually?
it fell off.
Okay.
That thing fell out.
Well,
Okay.
thanks.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for sugarcoating it.
But
he's still not eating it. He already
No.
took a bite.
Yeah.
I took a bite. You're absolutely right. Yesterday, thought it was beautiful. It photographed well.
It does.
There's chunks missing out of this thing. The stick fell out. And I'm just saying it's like less beauty, more beast.
Wow.
Them's fighting words.
Oh. Okay. So we'll pause for a moment of silence for TJ,
For real.
evidently,
I might need to say a prayer.
and just let you know that you can get Liz's Ugly Bakery and the recipes online at hisradio.com. It is good.
His Morning Crew.
I don't know the kind of lengths that you go to, or somebody has done this for you, or have you heard about this, to make sure that the people you love are well taken care of and will have what they need. I don't know if you've driven miles and miles and miles to go to try to find something, but in the snow just the other day, there was a husband that showed up at a convenience store looking for corn dogs. He drove forever. Why? Because his wife wanted corn dogs.
That is so nice.
It
that
is nice.
He did that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that shows true devotion. I mean, who knows how long it took him, but through the snow and the
A
storm.
long
and
time. Yeah, a long time. I think he might have looked at several different places. But why did he venture out in the snow? Why, after the officials were saying the roads are just, don't go anywhere? Because his wife wanted corn dogs. And by golly, he was going to get a corn dog for his wife.
That is so sweet. You know, so Joey went out. I don't sleep very well. So I take melatonin, right, at night. And so Joey went out because I'd left it. We'd gone on a little weekend trip. 3:30 in the morning, he wakes up and I'm just watching like all the Hallmark Channel, just trying to go to sleep. He ran out to the store. Walmart.
At 3:30?
At 3:30 in the morning.
In a different town from the hotel?
In a different, so we had to, GPS it. He had to find it. He gets there, gets my melatonin, brings it back to me so I can sleep.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's done that kind of thing. So I know what this wife is like. My husband just went and got me corn dogs.
Isn't that nice? That's
so
very sweet.
Yeah.
Well, your husband went and got you melatonin.
I know.
That was survival is what that was.
Pretty much. If she doesn't sleep, she is a
A
bear.
woman needs to sleep. I don't know if you've ever done that or someone's done that for you or you know somebody who's done that for their sweetie. Just went out of their way to do something nice like that. Well, what's your story?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
This dude loves his wife so much he went and got her corn dogs from the convenience store. Why? Because he loves her. She wanted corn dogs. He knows happy wife, happy life. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. So we started to think this morning about a time that someone went out of their way for somebody else. You may have known the story. It may have happened to you or you've done it. 800-447-7234.
Jennifer said, one afternoon, my daughter and I packed our bags. They drove 6 hours to see a friend who had lost her dad. They spent an hour and a half with the friend after they had driven 6 hours. But she said, you know what? She needed a hug. So we drove to give her that hug.
For a hug?
Yeah.
How long? 6 hours?
6 hours to spend
That's
an hour
great.
and a half with her. Yeah.
That is great. So Kathy texts in and said when she met her man they were dating, the dude did not know how to cook whatsoever. So what's that phrase? A way to a woman's heart is through her stomach?
Well, it goes the other way generally, but yeah.
Not for Kathy.
Yeah.
Because this dude learned how to cook. Now they are married and he surprises her with meals now.
See, that is so cool. You go the extra step.
He went out of his way big time.
Right? Jared said, when I was in my first year of college, my mom made me a birthday cake, packed up my brother, who was 5 or 6 at the time, drove 2 hours to come have a little birthday party with me.
Nice.
Mama will do that. Wow, these people that are
You
going
are
that
right.
extra step is awesome.
800-447-7234. It's his morning crew.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Thinking about that time that someone went out of their way for somebody just to do something for maybe hours. Maybe they looked all night for something that you couldn't find. 800-447-7234.
Yeah, Sarah texted and said, my husband had a really bad accident, hurt his hand, and his friends drove her to Winston-Salem that very night from Asheville and stayed with him, then drove her back home after he had surgery 2 days later.
How nice was that?
Yeah, so they invested days into this and hours, and wow, those are some really great
And
friends.
stayed to comfort her like that. Oh, that is wonderful. 800-447-7234. Okay, Anna, what happened for you?
So approximately 8 years ago, my now husband drove 2.5 hours to bring me cough medicine when I was sick, stayed 5 minutes, and turned around and drove home so that he could go to work the next morning.
Oh my goodness, Anna. So where were you? Were you in college? Like, why were you guys separated?
We're from the same town, but I was living about 2.5 hours away at the time working. And so we had kind of reconnected on a visit when I was visiting back home, kind of hit it off, and then I was still living there, so we had a long-distance relationship for a couple of years.
Well, it sounds like when he looked at you, he said, Anna, you had me at...
Goodness.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
Last time you take a look at somebody's home and even the way the realtor writes about the home. It's beautiful. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
Yeah, they're not always completely honest, but I ran across one on Realtor.com called The Worst House on the Street.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
That's what they said
Yeah.
about the house.
That was like the title of the house. And so, of course, I was intrigued. And so I went farther. Let me just read a little bit of the description. Here it is. Literally the worst house on the street. The seller has done the hard work of cleaning up the almost half-acre property. It only took 7 dumpsters. So now is your chance to take it from here. And if you're looking for a house that screams, I've got bizarre and ominous energy, then honey, stop the car, because you found it right here, conveniently located off US 301. If you need a place to stage your next post-apocalyptic zombie movie, this is it. And whether you'd like to turn up the heat or keep it cool, it won't matter here because there is no HVAC system.
That's it? That's a real thing?
That's part of it. I mean, it's like
That's hilarious.
I want somebody to record that and have it on their website because that's so awesome.
I think you kind of did it for him. Wow.
Right? But I wish more, because sometimes, when you've been looking for a house before, they don't tell you the little things that are wrong
listen,
with it.
not all realtors do that, but
Yeah.
there probably are some who do.
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But you always, you put your best foot forward. There's nothing wrong with that.
You got to sell the house.
Well, you've got to get them in the door, and then you kind of lay out, okay, this is a small room, or this wallpaper is terrible, or whatever.
Whoever that realtor is, I was going to say she. I don't know if it's
man or woman. But,
who posted that.
Yeah.
But had to be honest.
I love it.
You can't put lipstick on that pig.
No, but the house itself, when you're looking around, it's awful. Like it needs to be just, you start again here. You just take care of this one and start again.
I wonder. Okay, let's think this through.
Okay.
The worst room you've ever heard about. The worst room that you ever heard about. Join the
Rob
conversation.
and
We'd love to
Liz.
hear about you.
His Morning Crew.
Track with me here. Track with me. Banana has been caught. This is its name. The name is Banana, and Banana has been caught off the coast of Maine. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. You all right?
I don't know why that just struck me so funny.
Banana?
Like, I'm starting
who
to
would call
cry.
themselves Banana?
A lobster.
Unless you're a yellow lobster.
And he's rare, but why would they give him the name
Banana?
Banana?
Well, do you know who he was caught by?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, you go ahead and do it. What's his name?
Marley Bab.
Marley Bab.
Yeah.
He's a lobsterman. Marley Bab. And he caught Banana off the coast of Maine.
Bananas. Oh my goodness gracious. It makes me so happy. He's very
This makes you happy?
In life you have to find joy in the little things.
So
And
a
a
yellow
lobster named
called
Banana makes me have tears of joy.
Get caught by Marley Bab.
I just wish it had happened in Boston.
Why?
I just do.
Did you think this was Boston?
I did. I thought it was because I had practiced my Bostonian accent, and it's terrible, but I did practice.
Well, you
it.
might as well do it because usually I can understand
Okay.
Boston lobsters.
Right, exactly. Because
I
I've
get
seen
it.
The Perfect Storm 100 times.
Just so you know, Maine's nowhere near Boston.
No, it's not.
Okay, just
No,
wanted to help you out there.
Gloucester. I don't know if you're wicked smart, you park the car. I practiced that for a while.
Go ahead. Don't waste it. Go ahead.
That
Go
was
ahead.
pretty much the extent of it.
Well,
But
go
if you're
ahead.
wicked smart, you park the car outside of the stadium in Boston.
Wearing your shats.
Wearing your shots. Exactly.
Okay. Well, that was nicely done.
His name is Banana.
Whose name?
The lobster.
The lobster? That's what color?
It's yellow.
Oh, right there. Just to let you know, no more coffee for the lady over here, all right?
His Morning Crew.
This may have happened to you where you're driving down the road. It's like really early in the morning, still dark, and you see one thing, but it really is something else. This happened to a guy in Milwaukee with a snowplow. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. He thought it was a dog.
Right.
Seriously, he's looking, and then he gets closer and closer, and he's like, dude, that's a kid.
And it was early, like
We're
you said.
talking
still
4 in the
dark.
morning.
Yeah.
No coat,
Mm-mm.
no shoes, no slippers, pajamas.
Right.
And he's walking. The snowplow driver stops
Of course.
and gets the kid and gets him warm and gets him in the truck. And the kid's like, nobody's at my house. I'm going to Grandpa's.
Right. And of course, the snowplow driver's like, what in the world? You're home alone, And there's an investigation that happened. He actually wasn't alone, but he thought he was. And so he wanted to go to his grandma's house, and he took off by himself out there.
5 years old.
Yeah.
And it's below zero.
Right.
Seriously, it's below zero. So I don't think he was out long, or he really would have been frozen. There
He
would have
been in trouble.
frostbite and all that other stuff. So the snowplow, God had that snowplow driver come by at just the right time for that young man. Mom was working.
Yeah.
And so the aunt, who's
aunt.
only a teenager,
Right, she's
was
14.
watching the kid. Yeah.
And it's like 4 or 5 in the morning, like you said. So she's sleeping hard. She doesn't hear little Maddox get up and get out. And they're saying, obviously, no charges are being filed. This is just, unfortunately, an accident that happened. But thank goodness that David, the snowplow driver, was there.
His Morning Crew.
Peeps need a place to stay, too. Wouldn't you think?
Well, usually
Yeah.
it's in your tummy.
Yeah, but before they get into your tummy.
Okay, a place to dry out a little bit because people
I
like
guess.
them dried out.
Really?
Yeah, some people do. I think it's my father-in-law that likes them to sit out and get stale, a
Oh.
little crispy.
Really? I don't like them because they're like coated in sugar.
Yeah, I don't like them at all. I don't
And
like
then
the texture, the taste.
Then I fall over and go to sleep for 3 days.
I know, right? Puts you right out, sugar
Yeah.
coma. No, there is now a place for peeps. So if you like making gingerbread houses at Christmas, which I do, and I think a lot of families get into, you can now do that for Easter. They have peeps cookie coop kits. So it comes with everything that you need. It's like the walls for the coop. It looks like an actual chicken coop. So it has a little ramp that goes up into the coop, which is super cool. And then it has like the decorations, and it has the pre-made icing that you use as your glue. Have you ever made a gingerbread house?
Yeah, but it doesn't look pretty.
Well, no, but I mean, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's
So
to
what do
be
they use
unique.
for the chicken wire?
Licorice and different candies and things like that.
Do you know what
So-
chicken wire is?
Yeah.
What
Why?
is it? Tell me what chicken wire is.
Oh, what it's made of?
Yeah.
Some sort of metal.
Okay, good. She knows what it is. I wasn't sure.
Wait a minute. What? Yes, I know. I've never actually used chicken wire for anything, but I do know.
You
what it-
should,
Okay.
because it has a lot of purposes outside of chickens.
Like
Anything, you name it.
mascara.
Okay.
I mean,
All right. Well, got me there.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
Tell me about the last time you rode your bike with saw blades as wheels.
yesterday.
Probably never.
never.
Who does that? I mean, okay, now I'm into cycling. I love to do a road bike.
Right.
Like the guys you see in Tour de France. I'm sorry if you've seen me in Lycra out on the road. That is disgusting. The cellulite is not a pretty sight.
Oh my goodness.
So, but I do that, and I
Yeah.
like to do that. I
Right.
haven't done it lately because of the recovery that I've been doing since the surgery, but it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So there's this dude that decided, I'm going to replace the wheels on my bike with saw blades.
why?
And I think, how do you ride that thing?
yeah. Why though?
Ice.
Oh.
Guy
I mean,
lives up north.
Makes
He
sense.
decided, I like to ride my bike. I wish I could in the winter. What about putting saw blades on it? And so he knows how to weld. And so he's done a couple of adjustments on it. I mean, seriously, he's made he uses a saw blade, a humongous saw blade, like where you see in, industrial things that cut large chunks of wood. And what he's done with the place where it cuts, so it doesn't actually cut the ice, is that, and he's made some adjustments because he's tried the saw blades. He went on the ice and it cut the ice. It's like, oh no, I'm going to go in water here.
Oh,
I'm
that
gonna
would not
tank.
be good. Yeah.
And so he put little, platforms along the spiky part of the
gotcha.
blades that go long ways.
Right.
That lay flat on the ice. And so when he made that adjustment, he can ride across the ice and he can ride across thin snow.
I was worried about him. I didn't know he made that little adjustment, and I was thinking if his jeans or his Lycra gets caught in there, this is not going to be good.
No, but I'm trying to
glad.
describe it so you can visually see it just by me telling
Almost like
you.
a guard, I guess. Is that what it
And
is?
maybe you can call it that, but he welded those on to the
Wow.
points of the blade.
Yeah.
Because when he tried it at first, he didn't do that, and when he started to pedal,
Yeah.
the saw did what it was supposed to do, and it sawed into the ice. He's like, I don't think this is going to work so well.
That would not be good. But thankfully, he knew how to fix the problem. That's the
Smart.
way a lot of inventions happen. I mean, it's trial and error.
And he trialed.
And he erred, but then he fixed it.
Yeah, right.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
To take a children's movie and then turn it around into something that looks like and appears like it could be something different is like, I don't want my kids watching this one. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. 101 Dalmatians.
I love that movie.
The Disney animation. I watched that when I was just a little boy and loved it. Played it for my kids when they were growing up, and it was a fun movie. There was even a remake with Glenn Close.
Yes, there was.
And that was decent.
Yeah, it was
even though
pretty
I'm
good.
not into remakes, the Glenn
Yeah.
Close one was decent and stayed pretty true
right.
to the original animation
Yeah.
that Disney did. But now they're coming out, you may have heard of this, with Cruella.
Yeah.
That's what they named it, right?
Right.
Right after the evil character in
Right.
the thing.
Exactly. And Emma Stone, the actress, is going to be playing Cruella. And it's like in 1970s, and as I was watching the trailer that dropped this week, I thought, wow, this is very dark. If you're familiar with Harley Quinn, who's kind of a DC character.
I don't know.
Well, I don't watch anything with Harley Quinn in it. It's just a very dark kind of a story. And this feels like that. It's 1970s London. It has some things that I've seen in the title of the movie. I just don't want my If I, my granddaughter.
So the logo of the movie itself.
It's actually the actress's name.
Oh, okay.
That's above the name of the movie itself. Has some things that immediately I noticed and was like,
Well, just call it for what it is. Satanic symbols, right?
looks like it to me.
Okay.
There's some talk about it online, and it's saying it looks like it could be. And I thought, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not down with this movie at all, and it doesn't break my heart. It upsets me because it is a child's movie.
And little subtleties are coming in from what as you look at the trailer, that's what it seems like to you.
Yeah.
We don't know in particular outside of what we've seen on the surface.
Exactly.
So like plugged in
Right.
with Focus on the Family, I don't know if they've done a review on it or not.
They usually do what if they get a preview of it a week before or something like this, but they may have done a review of the trailer.
I want to look. Hopefully they did because I want to look and see what they have to say because they'll usually let you know if you can bring your kid to it or not.
Yeah. I would say just based on the trailer itself and the title and all of these things that I've seen, I would say no.
Yeah.
I just and for me as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really. And I was excited because I like the 101 Dalmatians, but it's like I can't give into that. I can't pay into that.
Yeah, because I've heard some things about some movies before they even hit, and then you actually see the movie. It was on Netflix, or you passed by it on a TV later, way after it, and it was like, oh, that wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
Emma Stone is Corella?
Yeah. And she's
usually in very innocent films for the most part, isn't she?
Right. Wasn't she in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, that kind of thing? So, yeah, I'm used to seeing her in that. Kind of a more squeaky clean kind of a movie. And I haven't seen, she's not one of my favorite
actresses. Was she in The Help?
But
wasn't that her in The Help?
She was
Who
in
was
The
in
Help.
Yeah, she was great in The Help.
Yeah, but this is dark. And I know that actors and actresses try to break a mold. If they feel like they're typecast, this may be the mold breaker.
And it's a Disney film because then you would think. Because it's Disney's name is on it. But anyway, so I guess all to say this, before you decide, please look.
Research
that thing before, because if it looks like the trailer, then there could be some red flags.
There could be quite a few red flags just in that trailer.
Talking about the movie Corella, by the way.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
It's been so cold in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's so cold that now sea turtles have had to been rescued.
Oh, I didn't even think about something like that.
I wouldn't have thought of that, especially when you're thinking the Texas, you're thinking the Gulf Coast. I'm from Florida, and I'm from the Gulf Coast. It never really got so cold that sea turtles.
Yeah, sea turtles.
Dyslexics of the world, untie. That's my anthem. Turtles. Where am I coming from? But they're on an island. It was San Padre Island. And they were rescuing sea turtles every 15 minutes, brought them to the convention center. At one time, they were coming like in truckloads of 80, 100, 50, altogether about 3,500 sea turtles. People who just lived there saw that there was this need and they wanted to make sure that they're going to be okay. So they brought them all to the convention center on that island to take care of them, to make sure that they're not going to freeze because it is bone cold in Texas.
I love that. We're all different. And that's why we're all different, because you and I maybe not would have thought of something like that. But there are some people, that's the first thing that they thought of was, let's go get the sea turtles. We have to save them. They're freezing out there.
Well, the thing is, the whole community helped out. So when one person saw it, they're like, I need some. They jumped in. They started together. The convention center, bring them here. And then the whole community's like, we all got to help now. This is our island, and we need to make sure that these sea turtles are okay.
I just wonder if there's any of the sea turtles that are like, you know what? I really want to move here. This is really nice. It's warm. I like it.
It's bougie. They bring me water and grass every day.